Yo, what's up Facebook, YouTube? This is Rigel from E-MTBPH. I am your professional e-bike mechanic, enthusiast, and e-bike builder. So if you head over to our page, we convert regular bikes into electric assisted e-bikes. The reason why we are doing this talking head video right now is because we will no longer be selling our hub motors. So we used to sell hub motors for regular bikes up to fat bikes. So regardless of the wheel size, 20-inch, 26 and 7.5, 29, we have that. We used to have that, but right now we will no longer be selling it since our supplier decided to upgrade the system. So they decided to upgrade the motor, upgrade the controller and the LCD, but we do not like the upgrade that they made. The motor is good, but the parts are even harder to source out in case that the supplier decides to vanish from the e-bike space. But rest assured, we still have some parts for our existing customers. So but right now we will focus our efforts on doing mid-drive conversions from Bafang. We still don't, if you are looking for a Tongsheng motor, we do not sell them. I can get them, but we don't sell them. Now, we will also be selling our own batteries from now on. We will no longer be using our LG cells or Samsung cells. So we used to have 18650 battery packs, which is 13S5P, and is rated for 40 amps continuous maximum on our packs. So it's safe to use on our BBS02 or BBS HD. The one we are going to replace will be our custom built batteries, which is a bare battery, 13S3P minimum for 4.8 amp hours per cell. So that's a total of 14.4 amp hours for a single pack that is rated for around 30 amps continuous discharge. Or you can have our waterproof re-ention cases that is compatible with 13S4P 52 cells of 21700 for a total capacity of times 4, 19.2 amp hours at 48 volts. Now, the reason why we decided to shift from getting our batteries built from the factory is because of the lead time, and we want to upgrade our business model from solely importing the battery and the motor from our supplier when our customer needs it. The reason is we've had a lot of customers before. Some are cheap, some are generous enough to want both the motor and the battery from us. But most of the time, there are a lot of people who wants to build their own battery or who wants to have a cheaper alternative for the battery. So we do not keep them in stock, since lithium batteries will degrade over time even if you are not using them. So that's the main reason. And the second is for the flexibility of our customers to purchase just the kit. Now, our battery cases will soon be arriving and will be available. Will still be for pre-order since we will build the battery packs as you need them. But we have a few cases in transit from China to Manila. So once it arrives, you needs the battery, we can build it for you. Also, we want to discuss the mid-drives moving forward. One of the reasons why we want to focus on mid-drives is because parts will become harder soon to get for mid-drives, for hub drives, for hub drives. And for example, what we notice in the market is if you break your spokes, most likely you won't be able to get a replacement. If you ever get a replacement, that's most likely not the correct size. The reason why a lot of e-bike builders here that are not using the correct length, the correct width of the spokes or the gauge of the spokes, and then soon after the bike will wiggle, and most of the mechanics of regular bikes are not adept with lacing a hub motor, since the holes compared to a regular is just one straight line, compared to a hub motor that they are spaced in between. So that's one of their struggles when they're trying to lace a hub motor. So the tendency is the wheel build that they do will become loose over time, and sooner or later will break your spokes. So also is another reason is we focus on geared motors. So these have planetary gears inside of the motor compared to the old direct drive motors, which needs a lot of amps or a lot of wattage to get the same amount of torque as a 750 watt direct drive geared hub motors. So normally we compare the performance of a 2000 watt direct drive motor to a 750 watts because they have the same climbing power. So in terms of performance, 750 watts is really what you need for our roads and for any uphill that you need to climb. The planetary gears that are inside will become harder to source right now, since each motor will have their own size. Some will have available planetary gears in Shopee or in Lazada. The ones that we use, they are not available anywhere. We can only get it from our previous supplier. So we have a few of them on stock. Once they run out, we will no longer be able to get them. But the controllers, all of the other parts, we can get them from their makers. So, and next is the rims. So the rims that you need to use on a hub motor have wider diameter for the spokes and the nipples to fit. So it's not your standard mountain bike rims. You can use a standard mountain bike rims, but you need to modify the rims, like drilling a bigger hole just for the nipples to fit inside. Now, aside from that, our biggest problem so far has been the lead times. It took us a lot of waiting for us to get the hub motor, since from the factory it will be laced and then it will be packaged and shipped to our warehouse in China before it goes to Manila. And then most of that time we are waiting for the factory to produce the motor that we request. So there were instances that it took us 2 months instead of the 3 to 4 weeks that we promised our customers just to get the motor, since the rims or the spokes are not in stock. So, and also the amount of space that a hub motor that is fully laced needs to be on the shelf is significantly bigger than what a mid-drive needs. So that's the reason why we don't have it in stock most of the time, and only order it if our customer wants a hub motor for their, let's say, their 26, 20-inch, 27, or 29ers. Now, for our mid-drives, we will be updating our business model. We will try to get most of our mid-drives in stock, and also the parts. Now we have a few controllers on hand. We have some pedal assist sensors for the mid-drive that is inbound, and some other parts which can be easily be found online. So that's the main reason. The next reason is hub motors are really old technology. The electric bike community has been shifting and has shifted to mid-drives. So all of the brand new technology will be on the mid-drive motors, like the M625, which we don't plan on selling since this is has a lock on their batteries, upgraded to a CAN bus system. The M600, M620 motors also has a CAN bus. The Shimano motors, Yamaha motors, Bosch motors all have CAN bus systems. So each and every individual of the e-bike system can communicate with each other without having a centralized processing unit. So that's one. And also, as the market progresses into mid-drive, you will see less and less available parts for hub motors, and most of the time, especially now, it has become harder for us to the kits that we want with the specs that we want and the components that we want, especially the controller, the LCDs, and the power rating of the motor. Since a lot of manufacturers will say, let's say a motor is 750 watts, but in reality it's only 500 watts. So most of the time they're just using a beefier controller to simulate the performance of a 750 watts, but in reality you can really feel the difference of a nominal rated 750 watts motor. We've seen it in the market. A lot have been advertising 1000 watts, 750 watts, but in reality their motors are rated as low as 350 to 500 watts. So be careful when you buy your motors. So, yeah. And also, if in case that you order from us your mid-drive conversion kits and we don't have it in stock, since your bike needs a special axle size, we can still order it from Bafang, since we are in good relationship with our supplier, which is one of the 4 main distributor of Bafang. So regardless of if you talk with anyone from locally or abroad, if they say they buy directly from Bafang, that's a lie. Most of the time, right now there's only 4 legitimate distributor of Bafang. So what happens is they can't get the controller, they can get the parts that you need. So that's why we decided to have our to import our own motors and build good relationships with them, so that we can give you the best parts and have the ability to repair your motors. But as this comes at a cost to our customers for supporting our business at E-MTBPH, we will still be selling our spare parts only to our customers. So if you did not get your motor from us, we will not be able to help you get the parts that you need, especially if it is a special part. So that would be all. If you haven't followed me on YouTube, kindly check my YouTube. Just search my name, Riger. I'll leave a link on the description below if you are watching this on Facebook, and see you on my next vlog. Bye bye.